me see if that's right. Okay, here we go. Now, again, this is, there's another couple problems in the worksheet that are going to have to deal with fractions. All right, so this is how you do it. I'm not expecting you to know how to do it. All right, I'm expecting you to just follow along with me on this one. This one's kind of tricky. All right, so here we go. So it says, if 1 is subtracted from the numerator of a fraction, the resulting fraction is 1/3. If 2 is subtracting from the denominator, the resulting fraction is 1/2. Find the original fraction. Most people look at that and say, what, are you kidding? All right, but I'm showing you it's simple. All right, now the first thing I want everybody to do is I want everybody to write a fraction. All right, how do you write a fraction? It's the numerator over the what? The denominator. That's how they're referring to the fraction. Remember, numerator's on top, denominator's on the bottom. What could you possibly? No. All right. Now, here we go. So that's how you start off. When you start with the fraction problem, they start talking about numerator and denominator. All right, now let's look. It says if 1 is subtracted from the numerator. So how would I write the numerator if 1 is subtracted? Say it. N minus 1. So this fraction right here, this fraction, I'm subtracting 1 from the numerator. Did I do anything to the denominator? No, the denominator stays the same. It does say if I subtract 1, the fraction becomes what? It becomes 1/3. So we put equals 1/3. Now, the next sentence says, if 2 is subtracted from the denominator. So how would I write that fraction? Say it.
D minus 2.
D minus 2 equals 1/2.
That's exactly right. All right. So again, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this fraction right here. I subtracted 2 from the denominator. That made the fraction 1/2. If I subtract 1 from the numerator, it makes the fraction 1/3. Come on now. Hey, no, I'm going to show you. I'm going to definitely show you how. Austin, I got you covered, man. I promise you. I'm not going to leave you out in the cold. All right, I'm going to take good care of you. Now, this right here, we have not seen this as a system of equations. But what I am asking you is this. This is a proportion. In 6th grade, I taught you how to do proportions. What's the rule for proportions? What do? We cross multiply. That's right. So those of you guys who don't remember, you do this times this, and then you do this times this. So I'm looking at this saying, well, that's just D equals 3 times n minus 1. Anybody got a problem with that? What? I'm showing you this is what I want you to do. Listen, I promise you if it's an easier way, I would show you, I promise. All right, now what you said is accurate. I don't have a problem with that. It's just this is easier. Think of a proportion, cross multiply. All right, now what I really want you to do is now just go ahead and distribute the 3. Then it starts to look familiar. D is equal to 3n minus 3.
Then you just substitute them, right?
Over here, the next step, the second equation, I still have to do what? Cross multiply. That is correct. We're going to cross multiply. This time when I cross multiply, I'm going to multiply this. So that's going to be D minus 2 equals, now we're going to cross multiply here, and that equals what? 2n. Is everybody okay with that? Anybody have any issues? Sienna, good for you, girl. So here's what I'm saying to everyone. Listen, and that's why I was kind of fussing with Will, and he's okay with me fussing on a little bit. Same thing here. If it was some possible way to do it better, a different way, guess what I would do? I would promise you I would show you that way. Some of you guys have your own ideas, and I'm totally okay with that. Some of you just have to learn the hard way, right? It's the school of hard knocks. Some of you that's the way it's going to be, right? That's just because you're stubborn, all right? All the people in front of you with vast experience are trying to tell you how to do something, and you want to do it some other way. Let's not do that for now. These are not easy. I'm telling you, I'm the first to say it's not easy. All right? All I'm asking you to do is cross multiply here. That's it. That's what you're doing. You're following along with me. All right? I'm not going to leave you out there and say just do that on your own. I know you're not going to be able to right now. Hopefully, when I get done with these 30 problems, you'll say, okay, that makes a little better sense now. All right? So cross multiply here. All right? Now, I want everybody to see we have two equations here, right? Now that you should kind of recognize, right? This one up here is already set up as a substitution. Wherever I see a D, I can put what? Wherever I see a D, I can put what?
3n minus 3.
This is going in right there. Where that D is, I'm putting 3n minus 3. So let's see if you understand me. This D right here becomes 3n minus 3. Minus 2 equals 2n. Anybody have any issues with that? What, William? 3n minus 5 equals 2n. So now I'm going to subtract 2n. I'm going to add 5. Now, if you can do that in your head, that's what I want. So n was what? 5, which means the numerator was 5. That's what the numerator was. Now, I'm trying to find out what D is. So now I just plug it in right there. So D is equal to 3 times 5 minus 3. Someone want to help me with that? What is D?
12.
12. So what was the original fraction? 5 over 12. 5 over 12 is my answer. 5 over 12 is my answer. Now, how do I know I'm right? Because look what happens. If I subtract 1 from the numerator, what does that become? 4/12. What does 4/12 reduce to? 1/3. If I do subtract 2 from the denominator, what does it become? 5/10, which is what? 1/2. Now, I know that's not a big deal for some of you, all right? But we're teaching you how to critically think through things, trying to solve problems. That's what they pay you big money for, solving problems. Not creating problems, all right? Solving them, all right? So here we go. Max, you with me? Come on, man. All right. Sean, you all right? All right, here we go. Number 6. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Try to set it up. And if you're unsure about 6, you can say C what? C number 5. That's what I'm trying to see if you do. And then I want someone different speaking up. All right, Sienna, go. Wow, how does that feel? Right? Paying attention. Good job, girl. Next. What is, wow, easy. Come on, easy. Cross multiply. Here we go. Thank you. Wow, I feel like I'm a success today. Thank you, Sienna. Go. That's cross multiplying, right? On the bottom one now, the second equation, cross multiply. Anybody have any questions with that? Come on now, that's not that hard. It's not bad at all. There we go. All right. Now, for me personally, what I would do is I would take this equation and we would distribute the 3. Is everybody okay with that? So the top equation, I would just want you to say 2d equals 3n plus 6, right?
Yeah.
This equation, it would be nice if I just move that 1 over. Does everybody agree with that? And say d equals 2n plus 1. Do you have to do it that way? No, you don't. There's lots of ways to solve it. Your job is to find out how to solve it. However you like, I don't care. Anybody have any issues with that? And then, of course, we're just going to come over here and do what? Sub in. All right, so highlight number 6. That's part of your homework. Please finish that. All right, please finish. Everybody's finishing number 6 for homework. All right, now let's move on to number 7. This is probably the easiest one that's on the test. Give me someone else. Go ahead.
All right, so
Number 7, listen to him.
the sum of two numbers is 36.
So what does that mean?
So x plus y equals 36,
And then,
and then their difference, so minus 6, or 36 minus.
stop. The two numbers differ by 6. Tell me how to write that. Come on.
X plus y minus 6.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. All right, good. Mr. Whittlesey, go.
X minus y.
Yeah, that's what. You see what I'm saying? X minus y equals 6. So it would be better if they would have said the difference of two numbers is 6. Hey, you understand what I'm saying, right? You got confused because I didn't rewrite the original part. You with me on this?
Yeah.
So is everybody okay with x plus y equals 36 and x minus y equals 6? That's on the test too. Simple, simple, simple. Anybody have any doubts about that? Anybody? Now, why is this one really simple? Because you just add them right together. It's not really a substitution. You can just do what? Add them, because what's going to happen to the y values? They cancel. All right, so your job tonight, finish number 7. All righty, here we go. Everybody's reading number 8. This is very similar to one we did yesterday. All right, Miss Anna, you're going to help me. Thank you for volunteering. I appreciate that. Number 8, write the first one. X plus y equals 73. Beautiful. Now, what's the problem? Which one is the smaller one? Do we know? No, you're going to name one. Which one do you want to be small? Which one do you want to? No one's talking to anybody but. Thank you. Okay, so x equals the what? You want it to be small or large? All right, good. Be different. I like that. And then y equals the what? Small. All right. So now I want the second equation. Let's hear it.
Y minus 2x equals
Okay, now listen to me. You made a good mistake. Watch. When the smaller is subtracted from, so are you starting at y? Or are you starting at,
starting at 2x.
you see what I'm saying, right? And again, that's not anything I can do. I can't tell you that's the answer. You have to do that in your what? Reading. You have to understand if I'm subtracting the smaller from something, it's minus that number. And the smaller is what? Y, right? So it should be what?
2x minus
It should be 2x minus 1. I'm trying to tell everybody. All right, does everybody understand? I can't show you how to do that. You have to be able to what? Read that. All right, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I can't tell you that. You have to get that from the what? The reading. All right, you have to get that from the reading. So it should have been, instead of y minus 2x, it should be what? 2x minus y. Now again, why is that one easy? Because you can just add them together. Thank you for that information. You just add them together. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, number 9. And again, highlight that. You're going to finish that. All right, don't try to finish it now, please, because I want you reading number 9, and I want you trying to write the equation. And then when you're done writing the equation, I want another volunteer that doesn't say something every class period. All right, I'm trying to get you guys involved. All right, come on now, be brave. The worst you can be is wrong. All right, that's not a bad feeling. I was wrong a long time ago once. Back in the day. A long time ago.
I'm talking like years,
No, decades.
centuries.
Yes, not quite centuries. All right, come on, someone be brave. Danzy, you are not brave.
I was okay.
Look and see what I'm saying. You're supposed to say, yes, I'm brave. Let's go.
It's okay.
No, Danzy, don't be a wimp. Let's go.
Okay.
Read your answer. Let me see if I can humiliate you more. Go.
So can you do?
I can do the problem. I'm asking you how to do the problem.
Okay, so 2y plus 16 equals.
Are we doing the same problem here?
Yeah,
Are we reading number 9?
Yeah.
Are we not reading boys and girls?
Okay, I'm sorry.
So what letter would we use?
G.
And?
B.
Right, B for boys and G for girls. Thank you. Yes, I see you. Right, go. Now start again, please.
Okay, so 2g plus 16 equals 158.
Yeah, but yeah. All right, some of you guys, I'm pretty happy with that, but there are 158 people, correct? So what equation do I really want you to start with?
Just b plus g.
Yes, come on now. Some of you guys, I'm not arguing with you. You are thinking I taught you something at the beginning of school. Yes, that's a possibility. All right, but what I'm trying to get you to do now is let's use the information. There are boys and girls. There's a total of 158. So I really would want everybody to say B plus G equals 158. Now, what he said is absolutely correct, but I'm trying to tell you the logic behind it. There's 158 people. Boys plus girls equal 158. Then it says what?
There are 16 more boys.
So what equation would that be?
So b plus 16.
Shh, no one's talking to you because we know you've been wrong a bunch.
It would be g plus 16.
Right. So that's hard for kids, right? Because if there's 16 more boys, people like to put B plus 16. But Rivers, we know what? That's wrong, because that would mean adding 16 to the boys increases the what?
The boys' population.
Yeah, so listen to what I'm saying, guys. Again, I can't teach you that either. You have to think about what I'm telling you. If I say G is equal to B plus 16, that means the number of boys, if you add 16, that's going to tell you the number of what? Girls, which means you're increasing the girls' population. Now, again, I say this every year for the last 30 years, and people look at me like I'm crazy. I can't teach you that, guys. There's no amount of math that's going to help you interpret the English. You have to want to interpret it correctly. I can't mysteriously tell you that's how you do the problem. You have to say, if there are more boys than girls, the equation should be boys is 16 more than the girls. Is everybody okay with that? Anybody have any issues? Any questions? So now this is an easy what? Substitution. Now, Gray, please tell me.
So you could just do, I did it differently, but.
I know, and I'm just trying, please, and listen to me. And this is why I was kidding him. I really, if you get the right answer, I'm happy, correct?
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is I'm trying to show you how setting it up, simple task like this will help you when you get to the what? The more complicated problems.
Yeah.
Right? Normally I would say, I want you to just get the answer. But setting it up is by far more important.
I just set it up to the girls.
Yep, and I don't care. I don't care. As long as you get the right answer.
Okay.
And if you look at your information and you look at your answer, and if there are 16 more boys than girls, then what? You did it correctly. Right? Because some kids like to do B minus 16 or G minus something. I don't do that. All right? I interpret the word problem. When I see more than, I think addition. All right? But there's different ways to do it. If your logic is sound, I don't care how you do it. But if you're just doing the numbers in your head, when I get to the harder problems, you're not going to be able to do that. All right? You're just not going to be able to do that. Take my word for it. And you'll be walking out of class crying like half the kids do after this test. If you're not participating right now, you're making a big mistake. If all you're doing is writing down the answers, you have to try, write the equations. You'll shock yourself by the end. What? I'm told you, I don't care how you do it. I'm giving you sound advice. If you're not setting it up like I'm setting it up, it's probably going to be more difficult when you move down the page. All right? I'm showing logic. That's what I'm doing. All right? And like I said earlier, some of you, it's got to be school of hard knocks, man. All right? I can't wake you up out of your, sleep. No one can. You got to want to wake up. You got to want to be smart. All right, here we go. Let's try number 10. Put a highlight on number 9. All right, number 10. Okay, finally, we get to one that's challenging. All right, so everybody's got to read number 10. Now, at the top of number 10, I want everybody to write this. Does everybody remember distance equals rate times time? Does everybody agree with that? Anybody unfamiliar with that? Distance equals rate times time? You okay with that? And again, if you're not, think of it like this. And this is how I finally figured it out. Listen to me. If I travel in my car and I'm going 50 miles per hour, in 2 hours, I'll be how far down the road? That's just, to me, I don't need distance equals rate times time to do that. Does everybody see what I'm getting at, right? You should be able to say, okay, I have a rate, I have a time. How do I create the distance? You do what? Multiply them together. All right, that's what I'm hoping you could say. All right, create your own problem. If you're unfamiliar or you're unsure about the formula, distance equals rate times time, correct? All right, so Kathy walks for 2 hours, right? Do I know how fast she's walking? No, I don't, right? But I want you to know that if she walks for 2 hours and she rides her bike for 1 hour, she can travel 36 kilometers. So what is she doing? She is walking, so I'll probably use that letter. And she is what? Biking, so I'll probably use that letter. Now, W stands for, just for those of you guys who want to make sure I'm correct, the rate at which she walks. And what does B stand for? The rate at which she bikes. That is correct. So if I multiply the time by the rate, that creates a what? A distance. Now that was hard. All right, so I'm going to say that again. If I multiply a rate times a time, that creates a what? That creates a distance. Now, if you don't know that, you write that down. Now, how do I know that's true? Because I just said distance that you travel is always rate times time. Tell me.
What's an example of rate? Like, what is rate?
Okay, listen to me. Very important. Rate. Think about it. When you get in your car and you look at your mom's driving down the road 50 miles per hour.
That's the rate.
That's the rate.
Okay.
All right. A rate is simply a distance divided by a time. It's how fast you're going. Right? When something drops, we say it's traveling at meters per second or feet per second. That's what speed is. All right. Speed and rate are kind of the same thing, but you'll learn when you get to further that speed is an absolute value of a rate. All right. So rate is a direction. You can go positive or you can go negative. So rate, distance divided by a time. That's how fast you're traveling. All right. Very good question. All right. So now, can someone tell me how to write the first equation now that I did that explanation? William, go.
36 equals
Come on.
equals 2W plus B plus B.
You are awesome, buddy. Thank you very much. That is absolutely correct. But of course, I just write the 36 second, right? Doesn't matter if we write 36 equals the other one. No. So now William got you started. Someone else who doesn't say anything, all right? Someone else who's not usually in the game, hint, hint. Come on. All right, Sienna, go.
2W plus B equals 56.
How many, what's B?
2B.
Yes, good job, girl. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, now I feel like everybody can solve that. I feel like everybody can solve that. All right, all we have to do is multiply the top equation by what? -1. Thank you very much. I'm happy.
It doesn't matter whether.
It doesn't matter with the top or the bottom. Come on now. All right. Now, just because we're good, I'm going to go to number 11. All right. I'm going to number 11 and then that's it. All right. Then you're going to go back and work on it. Sean, you all right?
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So now, again, you got to think back to yesterday. All right. So go ahead, Sean. No, Sean. This doesn't say there's 38 quarters.
38 quarters and dimes.
Yeah, so I need you to write the equation like we did yesterday. Flip back. What number was this?
Number one.
Number 1. And everybody else, while he's looking back, everybody else write the equation. So now what?
So instead it's 0.25q plus 0.10b.
I'm not arguing with you, but I first want you to do this. That's an equation in itself.
35q. Oh, q plus d equals 35.
Right. Q plus D equals 30. I know you said 35, but you meant 38.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay, now this one is a little bit trickier because it says this. If she had twice as many quarters, so how many quarters does she have right now?
We don't have.
One half.
We do know. It's what? What letter?
Q.
Q. That's what, you're right. We don't know, but we know Q stands for quarters.
Yes.
2Q.
So come on now. So 2Q. Now that represents the number of quarters, right? What's a quarter's value?
25. 25.
So I want everybody to look what I'm doing. This is hard. Plus, how do I figure out the money in dimes?
Point D plus D and then point 10. And then
How about 0.10D? Yes, that's what I'm saying. I just did 10 cents because a dime is worth 10 cents. And I just want to put that out there. Like I did yesterday, I after thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and put 0.10. And then how much is the money worth now? 11. All right, now I'm stopping for a second. I'm going to go to the board. All right, and I'm trying to help. All right, I see some of you finally getting your concentrating caps on. All right, this is difficult. It's not easy, I'm telling you. All right, that was kind of difficult. So if we look at the first equation, Q plus D is what? 38. I don't think that was too hard. All right. Now, the second equation was hard because you had to do what first? You had twice as many quarters. Right? So originally we had what? Q, that's the number of quarters. If I double the number of quarters, that's how I do doubling, or twice, multiplied by 2. Now, the $11 is referring to money. If I have 10 quarters, I don't have $10. To find out the value, you always multiply the number of quarters you have by what? 0.25. If I want to find out the value of the number of dimes that I have, I take the number of dimes and multiply by what? 0.1 or 0.10. That gives me the money that I have. And that money adds up to what? $11. And again, guys, I'm just trying to tell you, I can't do that. I cannot teach you that. You have to think on your own. And I'm telling you, it's hard at first. And some of you hopefully have a headache when you walk out of here because you're thinking hard. But if you're not thinking about it, you're not going to get better at it, and it's going to be a train wreck. I don't want you upset. Or you have to try. That's why I'm begging you, please try to set them up. Or I can't walk around the room and pat you on the back every time you do something right. You got to take pride in your own work. Any questions? Any questions? All right, now I'm done. You are responsible for just answering 1 through what? 11. And we've already done 1 through 4. So your job right now is to go back and solve the problems that we didn't solve. What?
For solving this one, could you minus 2 and then?
No, because you have to multiply that out. First of all,
I'm saying on the first one.
yeah, and then substitute in B. Yeah, you can do that. I wouldn't do that though, because I like them set up like that. It's just an easy multiply by -0.1 and then add. But again, I don't care. right? I don't care how you solve it, right? You find a way. I'm not asking you. I'm asking you the hard part is to set things up. That's the challenge. All right, guys, I appreciate it today. All right, I'm hoping you guys are, I don't want to help you now anymore. I'm going to help you tomorrow. All right, I'm going to solve these problems right now. And, you know, maybe tomorrow when we come to class, all right, we'll look at the answers. All right, we'll see how you did. All right, I got a couple more days, guys. I got to get through 30 problems. All right, we picked up the pace. Look how much we did today. So tomorrow, guess what? I'm expecting pick up the pace even more. All right, get to work, solve them out. Let's go. Excellent. All right, my homeschool peeps. Hopefully you got it. All right, I'm posting the video right now if you want to listen to it again.
Okay.
All right, take care, guys.
See you.